What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. So in this video, I'm going to just be going over some things that you want to have ready for the day one raid. I'm not overly going to go into builds and such because the thing with builds is you just want to run what you're most familiar with. Like I'm always on a Warlock on day one, and I really like Sunbracers and I really like Controverse Hold right here. So those are kind of usually my two go-to builds. And Well of Radiance I haven't even used since Final Shape, so I should probably do that at some point today. But yeah, I haven't played around with Prismatic much. I did the Legendary campaign on my Titan, and I've been loving Prismatic Titan. But yeah, also, if anyone knows, so I've unlocked all this. I still have to get the fragments, but I cannot get Arcane Needle to save my life. I don't know why, like I got all the grenades. So yeah, if anyone has any insight into why I can't get Arcane Needle, please leave it down in the comments or reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram or something and let me know, because I want to make a build with that and Lightning Surge, and yeah, it's holding me back. But anyways, sorry, back to the video. Run the builds that you're most comfortable with. However, as a Warlock, there is one exotic that you want to make sure you have ready, and that's Cenotaph. I know it got a nerf, but in a lot of day one raids, there's kind of damage checks or like a certain boss that has a damage check, and you often need heavy ammo. So Cenotaph is really, really good to run, and because it buffs trace rifles in a way by auto reloading them, you're probably going to be the div guy. So if you're a Warlock especially, have a div ready. And for the other characters, have Aeons ready just as a way to make heavy for your teammates. Again, we've used this in King's Fall, and I think Vow of the Disciple. We've had to do that on like Rulk and stuff. And anyways, it comes in very handy. But yeah, as far as builds go, this won't be build recommendations. It's more just like I'm talking about. Get a couple certain exotics ready that you may need. Also like Fellwinter's Helm for debuffs, even though it's kind of niche and specific. And then for weapons, Mountaintop has been really good for like general play. I've really liked it. I really like this Impulse Amplifier Vorpal weapon roll. Yeah, it's just very strong. Chill Clip got a buff, so on Deliverance it's really good. Succession, I actually just crafted this. I had my OG one forever, but it only had tac mag, so now I have backup mag, so I can get 5, so I can hold up to 10 shots. So a good sniper is nice. Wither Horde is always very good for area lockdown. Forerunner, I almost guarantee there's going to be Tormentors in this raid. So Forerunner is kind of the GOAT for taking out Tormentors. The Call is absolutely excellent. I love this little thing. Midnight Coup, Firefly, One for All, just whatever good Midnight Coup. I just like hand cannons in PvE. A good Pulse Rifle could be good as well, because Pulse has got a buff. Lumina, if you're really stuck on a damage check and you need just that extra little bit of damage, then Lumina could come in handy. And then Outbreak Perfected, we use this on Caretaker on Vow day one, just because, again, like I was talking about, we were out of ammo, so we all switched to Outbreak for Final Stand and we beat it. And Outbreak has actually gotten a big buff, and it's really, really good right now, so definitely have one of these leveled up. As you can see, I don't have some of this stuff leveled up, but now that I'm talking about that, that kind of brings me to my next point that I should point out, is have some infusion fodder. So yeah, like I've got these in my Postmaster, and on my character inventory, I'm keeping like some around for infusing. So like say I need to use Sunbracers, I already have them infused up, but Aeons I don't, so I'll definitely have gloves. That being said, you can go to your collections, go to armor, go to leveling, and I think it needs to be blue to infuse, but you can see this is dropping 1967. Again, I haven't had a chance to level my character very much because I've been busy making videos and stuff. So today I'm going to try to unlock the fragments and get my character leveled up and just do some of this post-campaign stuff that I've been putting off because I've been doing videos. But yeah, you can just pull this for some glimmer. So let's try it. Let's get those Aeons leveled up. So if I pull this, so say this was mid-raid and we need Aeons. So 1967, go to Aeons. So upgrade modules, so make sure you're going into the raid with all your upgrade modules, and then also try to keep some on your character. That being said, there's kind of like a new way that power level works. So I think it's sort of geared to be like you're as high of light as your highest light person on your fire team, I think. So I don't know what that's going to do. So say we had to use Taipan and it's only 1900. I don't know if that's going to reduce your damage from Taipan if your fire team leader is still above 1965. Bungie has told us that 1965 is the highest light level encounter, so you want to be above that. But again, I don't know if that's just your fire team leader. Regardless, like I said, I'm going to be grinding and getting my stuff up higher just for my own sake. But yeah, it might just be your highest fire team member. So anyways, yeah, that's Infusion fodder. And now back to this. Like I said, chill clip's nice. And then here, I like some of these pulse rifles. Again, pulse rifles got a buff. Collective Obligation works really well with my Controverse build. Graviton Lance is a monster. And I've been using Red Death a lot. You can see I have 789 kills. It's really good for survivability, and survivability is obviously very important in a day one. So yeah, those are kind of the primaries I like. Buried Bloodline is a monster, and I'll get into in a second why it's so good. A good fusion rifle is nice. Again, these rocket sidearms are excellent, so I would definitely have one of those on hand. There's a Void Sniper rifle that I would also maybe recommend, so I'll just talk about Forbearance here for ad clear. And then yeah, I used Fusion Rifle on Crota, and it was very good. Like everyone else was using swords, and I think I had a sword on. Yeah, I had Lament, but then I was shooting the Oversoul. And anyways, oh no, I was Tractor. That's why I was using Fusion Rifle. So yeah, Tractor is another one that you might want to bring. Again, I don't have it on here, but I do just want to show the Fugue. I know I called it the Fug You in the last one, but that's just kind of like an inside joke with my clanmates. So here's the Fugue, autoloading Vorpal. I also have autoloading Firing Line. So the reason Void weapons are so good, I guess I'll just talk about this now, is Expanding Abyss. So Void sources deal increased damage to weakened targets. Again, if you're doing the day one raid, you can see I almost have my last artifact unlocked, and I will have it for the day one. You definitely want to have all 12 artifacts, especially at least 11, because Expanding Abyss, you have to be running this to get the bonus. So on a tether, it'll go from a 30 to a 35% weaken, same with a Fellwinner's debuff or Tractor Cannon. And then on a weaken, it goes from 15% to 25%. So like my Collective Obligation will be able to just spread weaken. And then with this, I'm going to be doing 25% more damage from any void source. So that includes my grenades, that includes my Nova Bomb, which I did a video on the buff to Nova Bomb. It's very strong now. It's kind of right where it should be. So yeah, you want some good void weapons, which brings me to like Taipan. Taipan is decent. I think you can get Firing Line as well. I'm a solo player mostly, so that's why I have Frenzy. But if we did need if there's like a crit based boss, again, maybe like a Tormentor, Taipan could be really good, because if you're, say it's me and I'm applying the weaken to a Tormentor with my Echo of Undermining Grenade, and all my clanmates have this on, our Taipan automatically goes from 15% to 25%, whereas something like a Cataclysmic with Bait and Switch is going to be, it doesn't get that damage bonus because it's only to void weapons. So again, if there's a sword boss, which I have a feeling there will be because they nerfed Lament. Lament should also be on this list because it is just a very strong weapon. But a good Falling Guillotine could be really good. This is kind of like the God roll. And yeah, so again, it will benefit from Expanding Abyss. So I talked about Tractor Cannon, even though I don't have it here, but that could be really good. Leviathan's Breath. So we cooked Ear Ute on day one Crota with this thing and a div. So the thing is, if you're not hitting your crits, this thing's not ideal, and div doesn't really work with Expanding Abyss. But either way, Leviathan's Breath is hitting very, very hard. I used it in the Warlord's Ruin dungeon, kind of with this artifact and everything. And with everything going, I had Prismatic active too for that extra little damage bump. Like I was Transcendent, and I was hitting over 200,000 per shot with 3 Void Surges, Expanding Abyss, a Weaken, Radiant, and Prismatic. So I just had like all the buffs stacked, 200,000 per shot when I hit the crit. But you do have to make sure you're accurate with this thing, because otherwise the DPS suffers. And then Whisper, same type of thing. If you miss a crit, its DPS suffers, but you can shoot this thing non-stop. So if there's a really long damage phase with an easy to crit boss, again like Oryx, this was the meta for Pantheon, this could be really good. A very good rocket is always nice. But again, if you want to take advantage of the Void artifact mod, then I won't have room to transfer it over. But Braytech Osprey could be pretty good. But yeah, just this is better for like damage rotations because of reconstruction and whatever. So very good. If there's something like Atrax, Parasite could be nice. One galley user could be good. But at the end of the day, I think we're going to be using grenade launchers. And Bungie, just let me pull over these patch notes for a second. Bungie is disabling Cascade Point for the raid and Magnificent Howl and Lucky Pants. So Hunters, sadly, Lucky Pants is a no-go. And I just had to laugh at that because I did rank it as my #1 strongest Hunter exotic. And as far as I know, it's not bugged or anything. It's just so friggin' strong. Bungie said, nope, you're not using that. So I got a kick out of that. But anyways, Edge Transit, because Cascade Point is disabled, then this is kind of the god roll you want. Mini frags or spike nades, and then Envious Bait and Switch. So yeah, this is what I think will be the meta because of Expanding Abyss. And then Killing Tally, Rampage, Hammerhead will be really good. Commemoration, whatever, for ad clear. Xenophage also, so for like oracles, this was really nice in Vault of Glass because it could just one-shot oracles from pretty much any distance. It's just an all-around great weapon. Depending on the encounter, it can be very, very strong. And then, yeah, Buried Bloodline, again, is so good because of Expanding Abyss. And when you have Devour active, you can spread your Weaken to enemies. So extremely, extremely good. And, oh yeah, Risk Runner. I've used that on a few day ones as well. If there is a lot of arc damage, and again, survivability is so key in a day one, don't forget about Risk Runner. So yeah, there's many other things that you could run. I just wanted to go over some of these more like utility ones. So like this is an Atrax. If there's like a very short damage window where you have to do a lot of damage. Xenophage is also really nice on the first encounter of Deepstone Crypt. Like that's what we used on day one, because those tank things that you shoot can't take precision damage. So yeah, just some things to think about because so many weapons are good in so many different types of situations. Like Whisper is so good on Oryx because you literally just sit there and deal damage for like 40 seconds straight. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that, get some good primaries. Again, Forerunner for Tormentors, and then whatever builds you're comfortable with. So yeah, I just wanted to make that little guide so that I could help people hopefully get ready for the day one raid. And if you're running in it, good luck. I may or may not stream it. I'm having like internet problems. I had an internet guy come here today, and yeah, anyways, I'm waiting on a longer coax cable, and then I'm going to move our router. And yeah, so hopefully that comes tomorrow morning before the raid. If not, my teammates are going to hate me, but I'm probably going to have to take 15 minutes to move my router and get it direct connected. And then once that's done, maybe I will have enough upload speed to stream. But right now I'm on Wi-Fi and yeah, anyways, it's a whole thing. So yeah, and once more, if anyone knows about this Arcane Needle BS and why I can't unlock it, please let me know because I have a really strong build I'd like to run. Anyways, that is it for the video. I hope it was helpful and informative, and if it was, a like and subscription would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching. Take care.